How do you deal with disappointment? Because we've all been disappointed. The dictionary says disappointment is a sadness or displeasure caused by the non-fulfillment of one's hopes or expectations. And there's the key, isn't it? It's expectations. Maybe you put your expectation in something or someone, and it didn't turn out the way you'd hoped. And when that happens, it can really impact us negatively. We get angry, right? Maybe at the situation or others, maybe even God. Or we feel victimized. We feel like, man, life has been unfair to me. Or we even lose hope. We start saying things like, nothing good ever happens to me. And this is a very dark place. And if you don't deal with it, it's going to rob you of the good things God has for you. Like flying below the clouds in a plane, all you see is the storm when the sun is still shining. So maybe the better question is, how do I break free? How do I rise above the clouds and see the good, see God, even when the storms of life happen? Well, here's what I've learned. I've learned the first thing is I have to put my expectation in God, nothing else. The truth is, everything else in this world is temporary. It will disappoint. It's like sinking sand. Jesus said it the best in Matthew when he said, everyone who hears my words and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against the house, and it fell with a great crash. Does that describe maybe a part of your life? You put your hope in something only to have a situation, a crisis, erode that, bring it down as a crash. I get that. I've been there too. So we got to put our expectation in God, who is the solid rock and foundation. The second thing, though, I've learned, and this is the harder one, is I have to choose, and it is a choice, to see God at work in everything. That yes, life sometimes is difficult, but I do not have to be defined by my limitation or the mistakes or the pain that I experience. Instead, I can choose to believe that God is working something for my good. In Genesis 50:20, Joseph, when confronting his brothers who had sold him as a slave, talk about disappointment. He said to them, you intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. Here's the truth. Disappointment is about perspective. I have learned that when I put my expectation in God, I can have hope. No matter what happens to me, my eternity is secure. I am loved. I am safe. And when I choose to see God at work in everything, I can have great expectations because I know He will work it for my best. God will not disappoint you. He will not let you down. You can trust Him today. So take that broken heart and build your life moving forward on a solid foundation, the foundation of Jesus. And that is a stepping stone to being who God has created you to be.